Welcome to the Choose Life, Choose Music podcast with me, Jack Reeves. This is the show in which we explore the importance of music in life by talking to the people who make it, the musicians. On top of this, we will be asking our guests their memories of live music, from their first gig to their favourite, as well as asking the all-important question, which three artists they couldn't live without. And all there is to do is introduce today's guest. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Choose Life, Choose Music podcast with me, Jack Reeves. Today we've got a great episode. I spoke to Ben Williams, lead singer and guitarist for Manchester-based surf rock, bedroom rock, lo-fi band, Katz. It's a great conversation. We talk about how it was releasing an EP during a global pandemic, we talk about our love for festivals, as well as the all-important best gig, first gig, and the three artists you can't live without. It's a brilliant episode. I really hope you enjoy it. Make sure to follow us on our Instagram at Choose Life, Choose Music Podcast, where you can get all the latest news on episodes being released. And yeah, I'll see you guys at the end. Hope you enjoy. Congratulations on the latest EP. It came out February, didn't it?
It did. Thanks very much. It came out on the 3rd of February, so it's been out a while now. It's kind of done its rounds a little bit, but
how was the response?
It was good. It was really good. It was an independent release, so it wasn't. We didn't have like a label or anything trying like promoting us and giving us a lot of money, so it was like all out of our own pocket. But I think it was good. It was like the first proper release we've done as a band that we've like tried to market properly. And like with our first EP we did like 2019, we just sort of put it out and hope for the best, and it did all right. But we actually we like put a bit of thought into this one, learned how to like get a press kit together and send it to try and get it on some blogs, get it in playlists. And we had a nice little bit of traction. We got like a kind of like a little fan base, as small as it is, but it's cool.
It sounds like it's very DIY then. Definitely do it yourself sort of stuff. Was it all recorded in your house then, or did you go to a studio?
We recorded it ourselves. So I do music production in uni. So like I'm a massive nerd, and I buy loads of microphones and shit. So I'm really into that. And this year, like the band, we all share a house, uni house. So we just decided to record it in our bedrooms. Archie's a drummer, so did all the drums in there. Then
are the neighbours fans?
Not really. Well, we've got a funny thing about the neighbours. They're not students. They're like it's like a one bed flat. Yeah. But there's definitely more. There's like 5-6 people that live in there. They're like, it's like a client, like the clown car thing.
Yeah.
Like you see them lock up and go around. There's loads of them. There's like loads of, it's a strange family. But they don't really like us, but they don't talk to us either.
I was going to say, because you released it in February, obviously, and that's like, it was in the middle of a pandemic. How did you find that? As being in a pandemic affected how the band works at all?
Yeah. It gave us more time to focus on the recordings, but then when it actually came to putting it out, obviously we couldn't play any release gigs or anything. So like figuring out how to do it, but we weren't the first. Like loads of bands we like have been figuring like doing like the online thing, the live streams and all that. So just learning how to adapt to it really. So it was an all completely online.
Yeah, well, because I've like see on your social media that gigging is definitely a big part of the band, and you obviously love it. How much have you been missing that?
Yeah, definitely. Well, we started as a live band, like we just wanted to play, and then the songs came later. Almost like you just wrote songs because you wanted to play.
Yeah,
but it's been a different approach this time around.
Yeah, so you're like performing covers.
Yeah, we do our own messed up. Am I allowed to swear?
Oh yeah, that's fine. Don't worry.
So we do our own fucked up. We'd Yeah, we used to play like stupid punk versions of Elvis songs and Buddy Holly songs.
Yeah.
That's how we'd fill our set time originally. But as we wrote more songs, we slowly faded those out. And looking back at old videos is probably for good reasons. They weren't very good.
They're probably pretty nostalgic though.
Yeah, there's some. We really love all that old 50s rockabilly
Yeah.
stuff, but we butchered it. Yeah, I'd like to think we did it
Justice,
but I don't think so.
Yeah, well, that's what. Speaking of nostalgia, that's what I feel when I'm like listening to new music, especially the latest EP. It's very it doesn't sound like it's from now, but it does at the same time. It's hard to explain, but it's like it's really cool.
Yeah, I'll take it as a compliment. That's
definitely do it. It's a good thing.
Yeah, sounds old. No, it's older music. Like, I don't know what it is about. I think it's in the recording, maybe.
Yeah.
Like older songs, there's something about the way they recorded them and the gear they used. They just have a certain sound to them, like the old analog studios. So we recorded it on tape on a 4-track set recorder, which I think gives it like part of that old garage lo-fi sound. So that definitely helps with the sound. But not over complicating it. All the songs are really short, and just make them as short and as catchy as possible is our aim.
Yeah, they really sound like really raw, and when I was listening to like my favorite song on it is "Fast Times," and and I think like
not a lot of people like that one.
Really?
That's like everyone's least favorite.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that one and "Dead Is Better" is everyone's least favorite. So that's nice. I'm glad you like.
Yeah,
that
no, I think the drumming just sounds so relentless, I guess is a good way of putting it.
Oh yeah, that murdered Archie. We really put Archie to work on that one. Archie's the drummer. He still calls that his bogey song. He like pretty much all the songs are the first 3 takes, like one of the first 3 takes. But that one, that was like, I think he did like 10 takes of it because he just couldn't. Well, you get through it, but it'd be like really sloppy because is the right hand that da, 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 on the cymbal. Yeah. It's nuts, but yeah, he got it in the end, I think.
No, it's definitely worth the pain to get it.
Yeah, pain. Yeah, suffer for the art.
Yeah, exactly. Another thing with that EP, isn't it? All the songs were influenced by different films.
Yeah, that's Yeah, they are. It's kind of our ode to films, I suppose. We're all massive film buffs in the band. So, like, also on Dumb Songs First EP, all the songs are really personal.
Yeah.
And then it was kind of weird playing them live in front of a bunch of strangers. That kind of felt weird to me. So I wanted to write about something that wasn't about me. So, but I could still, do that when writing about a film. Like, that's like one of our loves. So, I take a lot of inspiration from movies.
Has it like ruined film watching? Do you like you watch a film now and you're like, oh, I can make a song from this somewhere?
It did for a while, and I'd try and watch films that, like, those cheesy 80s teen movies. I watched loads of that. I went through a phase of them.
Yeah.
When I was like writing this EP, and it did a little bit, but I'm glad the way it came out. I've started writing now more about myself now, but it was an interesting period of writing. So this is just like a little collection of songs, my ode to cinema. It's like a little wink to film.
Yeah, it's really cool. You don't see many bands doing something like that. A lot of it is all really personal. So I think it's a cool way of doing it.
Yeah, a lot of band. There's a band. Have you heard of the Misfits? You like?
Oh yeah.
Punk. They used to write a lot about horror films. So that's kind of like where I got the idea.
It's like their aesthetic as well. They look like they're from a horror film.
Yeah, definitely. They're the coolest band. But yeah, they kind of made me realise, they were one of the bands at least that made me realise you don't have to sing about yourself. You could sing about anything.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, a film.
And obviously you're based in Manchester at the minute. Obviously Manchester's got a huge music scene, like even like decades ago, like Smiths, Oasis, New Order, and stuff like that. What is the music scene in Manchester like now?
It's okay. There's a cool little scene of like punk bands like us, and then you've obviously got that lad rock thing, like whole Oasis, Arctic Monkeys thing. That's cool as well, but we don't really play with a lot of those bands because I don't know, it's just different. There's also like the rave scene and all that.
Yeah.
That's also pretty cool. But yeah, so there's all these different pockets of genres that. Yeah, it's not just.
Have you ever wanted to explore like rave for an upcoming EP?
Yeah, well, that's what I said. Writing, doing a lot of hard drugs during lockdown. Getting into it. No, I'm joking. I don't know. I'm not very good at using the computer, so I don't think I'd be a very good DJ or anything. But
Are you working on any new music at the minute?
Yeah.
Can you say?
Not Katz. Yeah. Well, there's loads. So Katz has like got like a back catalogue of. We've started in like 2018, so there's loads of stuff we want to release.
Yeah.
We're working on a single that we're going to be putting out the end of summer, hopefully. That's what's next for Katz. But I've been doing some like solo stuff that I think I'm going to put out under a different name because I'm moving to Brighton after, because this is my last year in Manchester. So yeah, we're going to keep the band going though. I'm doing a master's in Brighton, but we're going to do like the long distance thing and see how it goes.
What sort of stuff is the solo work going to be? Similar to Katz or completely different?
Yeah, not dissimilar. A little bit more poppy. Like we always had this mentality with Katz, like it's got to be punk rock and really uncommercial. It's like the recordings can't be, got to be really distorted, and that's cool. It's like the whole aesthetic, but just want to try something else. Like so yeah, it's my pop project really. And like like before Katz as well, I was in a band called Dread. That was like super heavy music. So yeah, just trying different stuff really. So
what you're going to hear next is an extract from the song Fast Times by Katz off their latest EP, The Last American Virgin. It's definitely my favourite song off the EP, but every song is great. Hope you enjoy. Really hope you enjoyed that as much as I do. You can check that song out as well as the others down in the description below, where I've linked their YouTube and their Spotify. I've also linked their Instagram. Make sure to check us out on Instagram as well, at Choose Life, Choose Music Podcast. And let's get back to the show. I was going to say, because you've been in, from what I remember, like so many different bands and stuff. When did you first fall in love with like playing guitar, singing?
That's an interesting point. It links back to films, Back to the Future, Marty McFly playing Johnny B. Good. I saw that when I was maybe like 11.
Yeah.
And I went to the guitar teacher in school and said, that's the song I wanted to learn. He was like, no way. Here's an A chord and a D chord and an E chord. And he taught me Wild Thing. So that was my initial goal to at first I just wanted to play Johnny B. Good, and that was it. But I was forced along the way to learn everything else. And yeah, and then by the time I did learn Johnny B. Good, I was like maybe 4 years later, and I was in school, started playing in bands and trying to play gigs. as they trying to play gigs because there weren't places to play gigs where we grew up. We're both from the same area, aren't we?
Yeah, like.
But yeah,
the only place you could do a gig was like Workhouse once a year.
Yeah, exactly. I miss Workhouse. They haven't had that on in a while.
Yeah, for those who are listening and don't know what Workhouse is, it's heaven on earth. It's a
yeah, well said.
Yeah, it's a little like local festival where loads of bands come and play. Well, that's what a festival is, but it's really good.
It's a crazy hippie. It's a hippie festival,
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
Like
I found these this videos on YouTube from like Workhouse back in like 2000. Some say like 3, and it was massive. Like
yeah, I remember Gethin Griffiths, who we went to school with. His family always used to go, and I remember him going when he was like, I don't know, however old, 8 years old or something, and it was like this mega thing.
But
yeah, they've been struggling. We can link that back to the music industry. It's struggling at the moment.
Yeah, he's like
segue.
Yeah, like COVID has impacted everything, but I think music, especially live music, has been hurt the most.
Yeah, definitely. It's slowly coming back round. There's a lot of bands booking tours now because of, especially smaller bands. Like the bigger bands could afford to take care of all the COVID regulations. But I just like having a scroll through Instagram this morning, and like a bunch of my favorite bands, like small bands, independent guys and girls, announcing tours, and it's awesome. So the light at the end of the tunnel is on its way, and we've got a show lined up that I'm not going to announce yet, but yeah. So hopefully it doesn't get cancelled. And a lot of venues have shut down, but there's a lot of good ones have also stuck around and managed to push through, which is great.
Yeah, there's a few here in Birmingham though, about like being to, and now they're just can't reopen. It's quite sad. A lot of bands over the last end of last summer, sort of September time, you could go to like a sit down gig. Did you ever go to any of them?
I didn't know. I always wanted to, but a lot of bands that I was in. Oh no, I tell a lie. I went to see Crime Beauty Queens. That's it's a friend's band in Manchester, and it was kind of good. But they play really kind of heavy music, and you just want to kind of get up and move around. But we were all sat down on sofas, and the vibe was dead. So yeah, that's when I pretty much made up my mind that sat down gigs is just not going to work.
Did you ever think about doing one for Katz?
Before I went to that gig, I don't want to slag off. They're a great band. It's just the sitting down. It was just awful.
Yeah,
we've held off from playing. We've done like sort of live stream stuff, but that's a whole different thing. That's like But yeah, I'm glad. Looking forward to doing a proper gig.
Yeah.
Good old fashioned gig.
Have you got any call ups to festival or anything?
No, not as of now. But I don't think quite in a position to be scouted for the cool big festivals. But I'd like to.
Yeah. Well, what would be the dream gig? Not just festival, any
dream gig.
Yeah, to play.
I've always said if I could play the Reading and Leeds Festival, I could die happy. That's pretty much a main goal as a musician.
I'm guessing on
as a kid
and on any stage, definitely the main stage.
I don't know. A lot of my favorite shows at Reading and Leeds have been on the smaller stages, the lock-up stage. All my favorite. A lot of my favorite bands aren't mega rock star bands. A lot of them have day jobs, and their band is their passion and hobby, and they don't get. So a lot of them don't get the opportunity to get on the big fancy stages. So it'd be cool. Don't get me wrong. If Reading and Leeds honestly, if you're listening to this right now, of course I would love to. But I've always admired the working class bands that, just do it because they love it.
This is the part of the show in which our guests tell us about the first gig they went to, as well as the best gig that they've ever been to. Remember to follow us at Choose Life, Choose Music Podcast on Instagram to keep up with the latest episode releases. So yeah, what was the first gig you ever went to?
First ever, right? Well, the first ever gig I went to is Girls Aloud with my family. I don't count that. I'm not sure where that was. I think it might have been in Liverpool.
Yeah.
What's the big arena in Liverpool? The Echo.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably there. But the first cool gig I went to was probably Reading Festival 2014. And
Yeah.
Going back to, that's like where a lot of my drive for wanting to do music comes from. Seeing all those cool bands.
Yeah, that's a hell of a drop in the deep end for your first proper gig.
Yeah, it was insane.
Not counting Girls Aloud.
Well, because oh yeah, should have seen the pics, bro. Cheryl, the scream.
Yeah. No, how was that then, Reading? Who was headlining that one then in 2014?
It was pretty. Pretty much I just wanted to go because Blink-182 playing.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I did actually, because that was like one of the last times Tom DeLonge played with Blink-182 before he left the band.
Yeah.
They got. Are you a Blink-182 fan?
Not really, but I know the names you're saying, and I know he left.
Yeah. Yeah, that was really cool though. So that's why I wanted to go.
Yeah.
And it was like Arctic Monkeys and Queens of the Stone Age, which they're also really cool, but I wasn't too really into when I was like 14. Yeah. But then there's waiting around for Blink-182. You can there's loads of other stages, and yeah, I just had my little 14-year-old mind blown of how many cool bands I accidentally stumbled upon.
Yeah.
Just at that festival.
Oh,
So yeah, I came home, did my research, and got into the underground music.
Yeah, what sort of bands did you discover there then?
Oh, I can't. I've been to Reading or Leeds every year since that.
Really?
Year, so it all kind of blurs into one now. Yeah, but yeah, some highlights from over the years have been Goddamn. I think that was 2015. Slaves have played a bunch. Yeah. Royal Blood. Some other highlights. Heck, they're not together anymore, but they were a great hardcore band. Maybe that was 2017. Who else we got? Yeah, that's just a few. I could go on if I scratch my head a little harder, but there's some highlights.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about festivals. You can just go anywhere, any stage, and you'll find something you like or something.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Do you reckon it'll happen this summer? I know it's still going full on ahead, but I've seen a lot of smaller festivals.
Yeah, they've got some amazing plans. They've got two main stages.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's ambitious. Hopefully, if that's the way it's going, if that's gonna happen, I'm absolutely buzzing because they say if there's the flu in the 100 years ago, and then the Roaring Twenties happened, and that's why everyone was so nuts for partying in the 20s. And they say we're gonna have the second wave of the Roaring Twenties, so I'm looking forward to that.
And we'll move on to what's your favourite gig you've ever been to?
It's the impossible question.
That's what we ask you. We ask the hard-hitting questions.
Answer the fucking question. What is my favourite gig? This is boring. I've gone on about Reading so much. I'm gonna try and. I was gonna.
Yeah, we'll ban Reading from this.
Yeah, favorite standalone gig I've been to.
You can say a couple if.
No, it's just going back through the archives. I'll get there in a minute. I want to give a good answer.
Yeah, I've never even thought about it. I wouldn't even know what mine is.
I don't know. Yeah, well, we'll go. Foo Fighters. They played in. I saw Foo Fighters in. Oh no, what's the? I saw Foo Fighters in Manchester in the old cricket ground.
Oh, Trafford.
Old Trafford Cricket Ground. Yeah, that amazing stadium rock band. Like, yeah, so much like connection to the audience, considering like how many people there were. It's unreal.
Yeah,
but yeah,
that's what I
band.
thought when I felt when I saw them. They like made it like
Yeah,
personal, but
yeah, Dave Grohl's just got away.
Yeah.
He's the best front man. And like some front men you see and you think, you absolute dickhead. Like,
yeah,
but he's just got away. He's just got a way of like waving his wand and commanding an audience to do whatever he
and
wants.
for someone who's so successful, he's like really humble about everything as well, which is good.
Yeah, so yeah, he's bringing out he's bringing out a book as well as an audio book of all his diaries. Like when he was a kid, he used to record like cassette tapes and like do an audio diary, and he's like doing something with all those, and I think he's doing an audio book about all his journals throughout the years, which would be really cool.
Well, that would be interesting. He's got plenty of stories to tell.
Yeah, he's a super interesting guy. That's not my favorite gig of all time. That's my favorite like stadium gig, and then small gig, I'll go Goddamn when I saw them at the Sunflower Lounge in Birmingham.
Yeah.
Going back to the Sunflower Lounge, super terrifying venue, but it was the most exciting gig I've ever seen. There's people flying everywhere, sweat and blood on the floor. But it was amazing.
No, it sounds good. I do love Sunflower Lounge. It's like they've really upped it now. It's like, what was the upstairs bit like when you went? Because it's quite
It was just like a bar.
Yeah, I went.
I haven't been for years.
Yeah, it's quite posh now, the upstairs bit.
For real? Oh. It was this dirty, horrible venue.
Yeah.
Last saw it.
The basement's still vile.
That's good. Sticky.
Yeah.
Throw she's out after coming out of there.
In the final segment of the show, we ask our guests the 3 artists that they couldn't live without. It's like Desert Island Disc, but better.
Mac DeMarco is my first couldn't live without artist.
Yeah, we'll talk about him first before we go on to the rest. And because I know you're a huge fan, and you've seen him alive so many times. How many times have you seen him now?
I don't know.
Because I swear you went like 3 times a year once.
Yeah, I've seen him a bunch. Maybe like 3-4 times.
Yeah, I saw him here actually in Birmingham a couple of years back.
Oh right, was he good?
Yeah.
He's been like the most hit and miss artist I've seen live. The first time I've seen him, it was like amazing because he does that like. Did he do like the whole random melody? No, what do you call them? Like a collection of covers. Medley, yeah. Sometimes.
No, he did a cover of Paranoid by Black Sabbath because it was in Birmingham.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, the first time for him, he did this massive, like, hodgepodge of all like classic rock songs, and it was the most funny thing in the world. And then he came and crowd surfed.
Yeah.
And it was like for real, like amazing. And then the second time I saw him in Nottingham, it was just a bit. Maybe he was like having a bad night. He kept going on about how he ate 60 chicken nuggets the night before and how he had diarrhea, like all throughout the day. So he was trying not to shit himself on stage. So, but that was like kind of a letdown. But then like the next time, he's been amazing since.
Yeah. When I saw him, it was so good.
That's totally his vibe though, like real.
Yeah, he doesn't care, does he?
I don't think he could fake it. Yeah. So, yeah, amazing guy.
Yeah.
Inspiring.
He did a cover of that Tequila song at the end.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was pretty. He got all the support bands on stage with him to do that as well, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, he does that. He's a really, again, like what we were saying about Dave Grohl. If you do like a little bit of research on Mac DeMarco, he's done some really cool stuff for smaller artists. He's super supportive. Yeah, he did like Logic, that rapper.
Yeah.
Logic was like, came to Mac DeMarco, was like, I'm a super big fan, I love your stuff. Do you wanna collab? And Mac was like, well, I don't really do collabs, but here's some ideas that I have. You can just have these.
Yeah.
And Logic released them, like kind of butchered them. They're not very good, in my opinion. I don't know.
Well, fair play to Mac for doing that.
Yeah, Mac just gave it him, and yeah, Logic got kind of ripped to shreds. But it's funny. He does loads of little nice things like that. If you do a little bit of research.
No, he's a good guy, and he does good music.
But yeah, definitely. He was like the guy that taught me you could do it yourself. You don't have to be a virtuoso on like learning now how to record. Just doing it's the cool thing. So yeah, this guy I couldn't live without.
Yeah. What would be your favourite song by him? If you had
favorite song, She's All I Really Need.
Yeah.
She's Really All I Need. Which one is? She's All I Really Need.
I think it's the first. Yeah, that one. She's All I.
She's All I Really Need. That's a great song.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the song that made me want to buy a 4-track cassette recorder.
Yeah.
I just love the super slimy, jangly guitars. So yeah, definitely opened up a Pandora's box.
Cool.
That's a really important song to me.
Then there's no use in crying, 'cause she's really all I need. It's true, my heart.
Yeah, who is artist number 2?
Nick Rattigan. He is in a band called Surf Curse, and he has a solo project called Current Joys. I chose Nick because it's like 2 for 1. Like he's got two awesome projects that I'm in love with. Surf Curse is like an LA-based surf punk band. They're just a duo, but yeah, again, taught me a lot about not having to have the most complex songs in the world and just bashing it out. As long as they're short, catchy, you can get away with it. Super DIY, did loads of stuff themselves, like just books, like in the early days would just book tours themselves and just drive around in a car.
No, that's cool.
Just having fun.
I'm not gonna lie, I've never heard of them before, but I'll definitely check them out.
You've never heard of Current Joys? I thought you'd love them.
No, I've never heard. Oh, I might if.
Yeah.
I'll have a look. I might have, but name isn't ringing a bell.
Yeah, Current Joys is like bedroom, like sad boy bedroom pop kind of vibe. Yeah, they're really good though.
I think I have. He looks familiar. I've definitely seen him on. Like I've probably watched it, come across like a live video. He looks really familiar.
I don't know. I think he's like one of the first bedroom, like other than like Daniel Johnston and the guys doing it way back in the day. But he was like one of the first bedroom people, like bedroom pop producers, and like really blown out distorted recordings, but making it cool.
Yeah.
I think so. I don't quote me on it, but yeah.
So
really, really good guy.
What would your
really
favourite song be by him?
Drive off one of his EPs. I can't remember. I think it's on an EP called Young Love. But yeah, super catchy. Just verse, chorus, middle eight, outro. Just guitar, vocals, and drum machine.
Yeah.
Drenched in reverb, but it's the catchiest thing in the world.
Cool. I'll definitely check them out. And for your final artist, who are we having?
It's a band. Goddamn. Am I allowed to choose bands?
Oh yeah.
Cool. Yeah, Goddamn. Band I discovered when I was a young, angsty teenager. Yeah, they were sort of my introduction to like underground punk rock bands happening like now, like 'cause you always watch. I was like really into Nirvana as a kid, and there's documentaries of like the Seattle punk rock scene and all this cool stuff that was happening.
Yeah.
And then I saw Goddamn, and they were playing like 100 cap venues like around the UK, playing like heavy grunge punk music. And it was like, yeah, this is my thing. I got into it. I ended up meeting them outside one of their gigs, completely starstruck, being like, I love your band. And they were super cool about it. And I'm still in touch with them today. And they've taught me so much about how to be a band.
Yeah. Oh, that's good that you keep in touch with them. So if you had to, you can only, what would be your favourite song by them?
My favourite song, Goddamn song, is probably Vultures. That's the title track off their first album. It's a complete trip.
Yeah.
It's seeing it live was like a big thing. It's like the dynamics are insane. Like the loudest band you'll ever see live, but also the most dynamic band. He does this crazy setup with his pedals where he'll like click a box and he'll like super clean, like well, not super clean, it's like really quiet guitar tone, and then they'll burst into a chorus and there's like an eruption of fuzz, and it's like the reason I've got tinnitus in my ear is today, like going to Goddamn gigs,
extremely
loud, but a great song as well. Like they're a band that taught me how to be like be heavy, but not constantly like noisy all the time. You could be catchy and heavy, like the pop sensibilities in songs, but also with the adrenaline of heaviness. They're a band that taught me that. So, Goddamn, great band.
Sounds good.
Thanks for having me, Jack. It's been nice catching up with you.
Yeah, it's good, and hope to see you soon. And good luck with your solo music. Can't wait to hear it.
Great conversation there with Ben Williams. You can check out his band Katz on Spotify, and of course we'll link that down in the description along with their Instagram. Also, you can find Ben Williams himself on Instagram. I definitely recommend following that if you want to keep up with what he's doing on his solo endeavours. Speaking of Instagram, you already know, follow us at Choose Life, Choose Music Podcast. It's not that hard. Give us a follow. You'll get the latest news of when episodes are being released. Oh yeah, I think that's it. All there is now is to say, have a good day. Cheers, and come back again.